What's up, YouTube? Mark with the World's Okayest Farmer. Today I have my 17 F250. I had an issue with it that some of you might be experiencing watching this video. My horn on the security system would just start randomly honking and the lights would be flashing. It was happening in the middle of the night. Just like a security thing. If somebody tries to open your door or break in, the horn starts beeping, lights start flashing. Driving the truck, so I was getting a hood latch open. The hood, it was showing the hood was open on the screen. The hood was not open. I checked it, so it led me to believe that on the latch mechanism that I have here, the sensor lives right back here. Hopefully you can see that sensor. It goes bad. Usually you can't fix it. Sometimes if it's a wiring issue you could, but it plugs in right here, and that's the actual sensor right back there. You have to buy this whole assembly, $105 for this assembly from Ford. So I got one because I need to fix the issue. With that, your remote start won't work. I unplugged it because my horn would just randomly be blowing middle of the night, whatever. So I just unplugged it, and I've been driving it like that. The horn doesn't blow anymore with the security system, but you'll always have, every time you start the truck, you'll get the hood latch open. You gotta hit OK to confirm it, and it shows on the dash that the hood's open the whole time because the sensor's not connected, but just a bad sensor. So I believe there's only 2 bolts in this plug to change this out. We'll get into it. This part, I think I said, was $105 from Ford. I'm going to swap it out and plug it in, and then it should fix my problem, but we'll find out. So if you have your horn security system blowing randomly, and it's showing that your hood latch is open and you know your hood's not open, this sensor is probably the culprit. Just enjoying a little nectar of the cobs here. And my son, he's 14, well, about to be 14. We're teaching him how to change the oil. I told him it's becoming a man 101. So doing it, he's going to be changing the oil in this truck. So yeah, we got this bolt here. I'll tell you the size in a second. It's not very big. And 2 bolts. This should come off, and the sensor plugs in right there. I got it disconnected, of course, and then we should be good to go. We'll find out here very shortly. 2 mount bolts are 10 millimeters, so good luck if you can't find yours. All right, so the hood latch release cable is probably the trickiest part of this job. It goes right through here, pushes through. It's easier to go in than come out, so going back together, it's just going to push right through the new one. But it has little locking ears that you have to squeeze together to get to come out of here. And the cable goes back behind here. It goes through here, so your cable actually, there's like a swedged cylinder on the end that catches. It goes back behind here, and it actually catches on this, so it rides right through here. The cable's going to go over the back through that opening, and it's going to ride right in there. So whenever you pull your hood latch release, it pulls this way and releases the latch, if that makes sense. So I'll show it to you. We're just going to push it in through here now on the new one. Here's that cylinder I was telling you about that's kind of swedged on the cable. That's what goes through there and pulls on this piece right here, because this is going to be mounted like this. So that cable pushes, that goes through here, and then that cable's going to go back around there and ride right inside of here to pull on this. So you can see these 2 ears, you got to squeeze those together to pull this out. Put them back in. Naturally they'll just push through on their own and then lock in place. That's probably the hardest part. 2 is on your latch that you remove, look and see where your bolts were. As you can see here in this hole, that's the mount hole. You see how much room there is there? so that you can move them around. It's for adjustments. So look and see where it was tightened down on your old latch, and then put these in the same position so you don't have any issues. I'm gonna bring you in and show you. Hopefully you can see how that cable's routed there. It's in place, everything's where it needs to be. When you pull your latch, it pulls that cable and catches on the ear. Like right now it's loose. When you pull your latch handle, it'll pull that tight. That's how you route that. All right, so the boy's struggling with metric and standard and different drive sizes and breaker bars. We're trying to learn him. He's from Oregon, bear with me. This bracket here, so you could also mark the bracket on the location, on the plate behind it, so when you put the new one on, it lines up in the same spot, but it'll be all right. I saw roughly it was just centered, so I'm just centering it. All right, tighten these down now. 10 millimeter. This is the hood latch down here, and then we'll hook this connector back up, and that's it. As far as the connector goes, you have this that locks on the tab on the side, so it's going to go in like this, with this pointing towards the middle of the truck. And to release it, you just push in on the side of the connector. It releases, or actually pull out on it, releases, and it comes right out. All right, that's on. Just pushed in. You just push them on until they click. Latches in. I'm going to check the hood and make sure it lines up. You want to do it slow and make sure that this lines up with this right here. It'll push this out of the way, and make sure it lines up with that. It comes down in, you know, it'll push that out of the way, lock in. It want it to be in line. And then I'll make sure that my check hood latch, or show the indication that shows me the hood's open, is off in the truck, and then we'll be good to go with that. And then I'll just monitor and make sure my horn doesn't start blowing and everything, and my remote start should work again. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helps you, and as always, stay out of the left lane.